Hey, how's it going? This is Zeno. Welcome, welcome. Got some black beauties out on the table today. And my AR-15, had this up yesterday, brought it back out again today. The Mossberg 500 from the Mossberg 500 projects I did a little while ago. The gun is unchanged from the video series I originally did, and it's still a great shooter. I love it. No problems with it whatsoever. Very utilitarian, functions really well. It's it's a little bit of a ridiculous gun as far as the build goes, but it's a ton of fun to shoot, and it was a ton of fun to build, and it really does function very well. And if you're looking to strike up a conversation with your fellow gun enthusiasts at any gun range, just pull this puppy out. Trust me, you're going to meet a lot of people. People want to know what this is and where it came from, so it's always a conversation starter. So I like that aspect of it too, I have to admit. And then down here we have Mosin Nagant. Went ahead and sporterized this one. I still have my other Mosin Nagant. This is not the one that I've done videos in the past, like the identifying your Mosin Nagant. That one is a 1931 hex receiver Ijivsk. This particular one is a 1938 Tula, and this is a round receiver. So I've never done a video of this particular gun, but sporterized this one not too long ago. Great project if you're looking to get into sort of a beginner project for working on a gun, beyond sort of field stripping and cleaning sort of things, really getting into really working on a gun. Sporterizing a Mosin Nagant is a great place to start. They're inexpensive, relatively inexpensive to sporterize. You sort of make them into just about anything, a hunting rifle, a scout rifle, a lot of different options there. You shorten the barrels down. It's a really fun project. The parts are easy to come by, they're not that expensive, and if you're looking for a fun little project that's not going to break the bank, sporterizing a Mosin is pretty fun. Mosins are a dime a dozen, they're all over the place. And so I'll do a video of this one, run through it, what's all in it, what I did, and where I got everything from. So that'll be on the to-do list, definitely. Got the towel back out again, the shmoog, however you say it. So I did a video yesterday and I didn't have it out, and sure enough I had like 10 emails from people saying, hey, where's your towel, man? Did one video without it, and people started asking about it. So I got it back out again. There you go. So today I'm going to do a video on my wish list. I'm kind of a list guy. I like to get lists going. Just kind of my thing. And one of the things I want to do is get together a list of really kind of the top 5 guns that I'm really looking for, want to buy in the near future. What's on my horizon? Obviously, the elephant in the kitchen is I have a couple of AR-15 builds I got to finish. So, but beyond that, what are some of the couple of guns that I'm looking to get in the near future? Probably, realistically, probably within the next year or so. And this is in no real order of importance as far as like number 1 is the first gun I'm going to get. Not really like that, but these are kind of the 5 things that I'm really looking to get. And, I keep my eyes open, and some of these are not really available where I am, so I have to go a little out of my way to get them. But not that that's a huge deal, but definitely here's my list. So number 1, guns I want to get, my wish list, is a Sig Sauer P226. A modern classic. Been around a while. Originally submitted for replacement for the 1911 in the early 80s that the Beretta 92 won out. But performed really well. I don't exactly know why they didn't take it, but it's performed really well, and it's since been adopted by a lot of different military, state, and federal government agencies. Obviously the big one there is the Navy SEALs. Number of different state highway patrols use them. A couple of other independent military and law enforcement agencies use them. Somebody told me that Homeland Security uses them too. Not 100% sure on that, didn't double check that info, but I heard that somewhere. Comes in 3 different calibers, 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, and 357 Sig. I'm interested in the 9mm version. So I have a 40 right now, a Glock 22, and I really sort of kind of want to get my 9mm thing back rolling again. I only have a couple right now, and it really is my preferred ammo as far as handguns go. And I won't get into why, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. 9mm Sig Sauer P226. A modern classic. So number 2 on my list, this one's just a cool gun and I really gotta have one. And that's the Baby Desert Eagle 2. Formerly known as the Jericho 941, and it is available in 9mm 40 Smith & Wesson. I believe there is a 45 ACP version out there too. A couple different magazine capacity options out there, obviously, and it's available in both steel and polymer versions. Now, I've shot the steel version a couple of times, and I've seen it at gun shows around, and for me, again, I'm looking at the 9mm. For me, the full steel version is a little heavy for a 9mm platform, and so I'm more interested in the polymer 15-round option. Unfortunately, none of the gun stores around right where I live carry Magnum as far as brand goes, so I have to go up to, I think the closest place that carries it is a Cabela's, about an hour and a half away, so it's just a matter of having the time to go up there and do it. So, and we have a little bit of a waiting period here in the state of Wisconsin, which means I gotta go up there and buy the gun and then come back and then go up there again and pick it up. And I don't get guns on the internet, I don't do that kind of thing. So that's my number 2, Baby Desert Eagle 2. That is just a sweet gun. I like it. Number 3 for me, now this one actually has a little bit more of a purpose. Not that the other two don't have a purpose, but this has a little bit more of a purpose. I'm looking to replace my Glock 26 as far as my EDC gun, and that's the one I carry pretty much every day. And if you watch my EDC video I did a while ago, the Glock 26 is in that video as far as my daily EDC gun, and I'm looking to replace it. Not going to get into why, but I've been carrying that gun for years and years, and so it's time for a change. I kind of want something a little bit different. There's some aspects of the Glock 26 that I really like, and there are some that, you know, I'm kind of looking for a change of pace, if you will. It is a little bit of a thick gun. Not that that's a killer for me, but it is a little bit of a thick gun. And so what I've been looking at is the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield, again, 9mm. It's a single stack 9mm. It's a relatively inexpensive gun. I think they retail around $450 or so, and I think I've seen them easily $400 at most stores. And unlike the Sig Sauer P226, which is a spendy gun, that's up there. Depending on the version that you get, those things can push, you know, at or over $1,000. And as far as that kind of gun, just like the HK45, you're going to blow some coin on a P226. The Baby Desert Eagle is, yeah, I think those go for around $500 somewhere around there. So that's not uncommon price at that type of gun. So that's reasonable. But the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield, that one, you know, it's not hard to find them for under $400 retail. I mean, at a retail store, new. So that's a pretty good price, and I like that. Now, about, I don't know, probably March or so, I actually won at an event a Ruger LCP 380. And I've never owned a 380. I've shot 380s before, but I've never owned one. And that particular one was the microfiber film version. It has kind of a faux carbon fiber look to it. Cool gun and all, and I was very happy to get one and took it out and shot it, but for me it just never really took to it and didn't really have much of a use for it. You know, they're great pocket pistols, you know, throw them in the glove compartment, whatever. But for me, I just didn't really have a use for that gun. I got it free. I wasn't really looking to get one, so that kind of something too. I wound up bequeathing it to my wife, and she actually carries it in her purse. Great for her. And, you know, yeah, it's a small gun in the hand and everything, but that's a single stack 380. That's just the way they are. And I really like the Kel-Tec, what is it, the Kel-Tec P3AT. I really like that gun. I've shot that gun a number of times. A friend of mine has one. And I like that gun a lot. And, you know, as far as if I were to go out and buy a single stack 380, I think I'd go with the Kel-Tec. Not that I have anything against Ruger. In fact, I got a couple Rugers on this list. It's a great gun. It's just a personal preference thing. Just wasn't for me. So, but definitely a cool little gun. But getting back to the Shield. So looking for a single stack 9mm, I'm a big M&P platform fan. Love the M&Ps. More so than Glocks and XDs. In fact, I sold my XD. I don't have any XDs anymore. And nothing, not that I have anything against the Glocks. I own Glocks. I like Glocks. Carrying a Glock right now. But I'm looking to get into an M&P platform. I love my M&P 9mm. It's a great gun. You know, I constantly am pitching them to my friends when they're looking at guns. Dude, you got to get an M&P. You have an M&P yet? No. Oh man, you got to get one. They're great guns. And everybody that get one that I know likes them. They're awesome little guns. I've done a ton of videos on my M&P 9mm. Did a complete disassembly video. That sucker's seen a lot of airtime since I've had it. So, big M&P fan. The Shield is kind of just a natural step for me, I think, as an EDC gun. So it's a little bit thinner, and I've shot them a couple times and really like it. It's a very natural gun for me. It fits really well, and so that's my go-to EDC gun that I'm looking to replace the 26 with. My next gun, number 4, is I really want to get a 22 pistol. I don't have a 22 pistol. That's kind of the blaring gap in my collection right now. Actually, I have a couple blaring gaps, but that's the biggest one. I don't have, or the smallest one, depending on how you look at it. I don't have a 22 long rifle pistol, so I'd really like to get one. And I've always depended on sort of other people's 22s for me to get sort of my 22 fix when it comes to a pistol. So, but it's really time for me to get one of my own. So I'm looking at the Ruger SR22. Great little gun, relatively inexpensive. Ruger's high quality. I love Ruger. Have the SR 1911 right now, and you know, super affordable and great 1911. I have not found anything I don't like about that gun. I've shot a lot of 1911s, and that one's great. So like it a lot. So, but back to 22. Looking at a Ruger SR22. Again, I've shot those a number of times, and it's a great little 22 handgun, and I really got to get myself one. I've been putting it off and putting it off. It's one of those guns that's always been on my list of things to get for a good couple of years now, and it's just, I keep pushing it aside and getting other things, and pushing it aside and getting other things. It's always kind of just been sitting there. I really got to do it in the next year. I really got to get an SR22. So, keeping on the 22 long rifle theme, and also keeping on the Ruger theme, and this one is, I want to get a Ruger 1022 50th anniversary issue. That gun is awesome. It's really fucking cool. When that thing first came out, and you know, saw it on the website and saw pictures of it, and I was like, man, that thing's pretty sweet. And then it came out, and I actually saw a couple people had videos of it, and I was like, okay, gotta have it. And a friend of mine bought one, and we went out and shot it like 2 days later, and man, I gotta have it. It is so much fun. It is a cool gun, and it's a must-have. And that one just got me right there. Gotta have the 1022 50th anniversary. I already have a 1022, but I gotta get this one. I really, really do. In fact, I would sell the one I have now and buy this one. It's that. And I'm kind of thinking about doing that too, just to kind of... They're not that expensive though. I think it retails at like $380 or something like that. And I did see one at the gun show this past weekend. I think they're selling it at $300, brand new in the box. And so that's not a bad price. In fact, I almost bought it, but I'd already bought the AR-15 lowers and a bunch of parts and everything. I already spent kind of a good deal of money. And just, you know, another $300 just wasn't in my stars at that point in time. Kind of kicked myself in the ass. I really should have bought that instead. But hey, we can't all be geniuses. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sig Sauer P226, Baby Desert Eagle 2, Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 9mm, Ruger SR22, and Ruger 1022 50th Anniversary Edition. Those are the 5 guns that are on my wish list. They will be on this table as soon as I can get them. Trust me. So there you go. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.